live. He's actually live at the same time.
That's fine. All right, we're live. All righty.
Welcome.
Let's see. See how long of a lag it is until YouTube shows me live. There it goes. It's just now starting to come up. That's weird. All right, everybody. I wasn't going to do it live, but the gnats and the mosquitoes and all got too bad out there for me to finish working on my daggum slab and all that. So we're going to do it Fat Man Fabulous style. Let's see. I'm going to mess with this banner. I'm going to try to create a banner real quick.
No hablo español, banner. So you've been working on your shed, huh?
Yep. All right. How do I kick this thing off and get it to work? There we go. What's up, Horace? Breezy? I'm just playing with the different things on here, trying to see what, trying to figure all this StreamYard crap out. Tater?
I still have not attempted it.
I'm still learning. Your stream last night was killer, man. I'm glad y'all got that motor freed up. It ain't gonna take much to get that thing running the way that thing's spooling, and as clean as it looks on the inside that you showed. I think, like you said, lap the valves. Take a big sheet of sandpaper and lay it flat on your metal table, and take that head on it and run it one way, and then run the head 90 degrees in the back and forth in the opposite, 90 degrees of the direction you were just doing it, and smooth that head out a little bit before you put the head gasket on it. But
good idea. I was actually just watching one of Terrell Fix's all videos. He was rebuilding Tecumseh, and he was doing that.
Yeah. Started thinking about something with that spark plug. Is it the small shank that goes into the cylinder head, or is it the big shank?
I think it's the small shank, because my plan right now is helicoil.
I got an idea to run by you. If it's the small shank where the screw ends, the small shank, the small diameter threads, how would it work to drill it out for one of the spark plugs that's got a bigger thread thing?
Yeah, drill and tap it, right?
Yeah, just drill it out to the size you need and retap it for a bigger spark plug. That looks like one of the small ones. That looks like one of the small ones.
Watch out, Sue. Yeah, like I don't think I can get the regular spark plug in it still. Like it won't just slide right in,
Yeah, but if you can get a spark plug, it's got
it still won't go in the hole. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's
but
still got a little bit of room.
If you can get one that's got
one size bigger.
If you can get one where the threaded part is bigger than that, you know what I'm talking about?
And then get the tap.
And then get a tap to match it and just retap it. And that'd be a lot less headache.
I'd rather do that. I'd rather do that than a helicoil, honestly.
Helicoils and aluminum head, I don't see them holding too well.
Sitting there running, pop!
Yeah.
My spark plug!
It'll literally, that head will get hot and all. And after a while, with the vibration and all, I have a feeling to do just like you say, build pressure and blow the spark plug, helicoil, and everything out through the head, messing the head up.
Yeah. Good.
But that's just my thoughts on it.
Outcast Projects. What's up, man?
Who's in here? I got a lag on my end.
Outcast Project.
What's going on, Outcast? I've seen him in somebody else's stream, and I don't remember whose it was. But
I don't recognize
I've seen that name somewhere before in somebody else's stream that I was in watching. Because I thought it's pretty cool, Outcast. That pretty much sums up the way I feel most of the time. Is that a Onan or what kind of motor is that on? That's an Onan?
Yeah, it's an Onan. Yeah.
Let me check around. I might be able to find what's the horsepower rating on it.
I don't know. I have no clue. There's like no numbers. Well, yeah, there is.
I know where there's a couple of those motors at. I just got to find out if they're any good and if the people will get rid of them. It should have a listing of the horsepower rating. Hey, Puller.
It's got a thing on here, but I just can't read it.
You might need to take and just lightly dust it with a little bit of black paint and then wipe it. Hey, Bama.
Yeah, hey, Doug.
But sometimes you can just lightly dust it with a little bit of black paint and just run something over the top, so the paint will stay in the numbers part, and just lightly get the paint off the very top.
Right. I could kind of make it out, but I don't know what the numbers mean.
I don't know if you get a chance, get all the numbers and all, and send them to me in a text, and I'll research it, see what I can find.
I got a serial number and a model number.
Probably can go off the model number and find out what the horsepower is on it. Horse, I like an Onan. They're more of a generator style motor than they are anything else. They do real good on generators and stuff.
That's what's on my Sears too.
Is it? I got an Onan out there in that RV that's in my backyard that I got to pull out. It's an Onan generator.
Huh.
It's pretty good size too, but I got to pull it out of that RV because we're going to scrap that RV. It's in bad shape. But I'm going to pull that 440 Chrysler out of it and that 727 torque flight transmission out of it before I scrap it, though.
Right.
Doug, I can't afford a 670 to put on nothing. Those things is too expensive.
I know, right? Ain't no shit.
And then to buy parts to work on it or to use it on anything is expensive. The converters to go on that, torque converters that'll handle the power of that 670, will cost you almost as much as the daggone motor did.
I'm kind of scared to pull apart this starter. I put the bolts back in it. Because I know those springs on those magnets, there's like no way to get to them.
Somebody told me those starters like that, you push the springs out and there's a little thing you can put a piece of wire in there to hold them in place. And then when you slide it back together, you pull the wires out and it releases those. So they just ride over the part they're supposed to ride on.
Huh.
But I hadn't never messed with them. But I've had a bunch of people tell me that they use a little piece of wire. They push the magnet back and there's a little hole through the casing. You just slide that wire in there and it holds the magnet and the bushing and all in place. And when you slide it over that center part, you pull a little piece of wire out and then they ride over those brass pieces on the end of the starter.
Oh, Jay.
Huh?
It's official, dude. This case is mine.
Oh, it's yours?
Yeah, I don't know if I told you or not.
So all this work you're doing to it is for you now, huh?
Yep.
Heck
Oh, here
yeah.
comes crazy guy.
Which crazy guy?
Army guy.
Oh, he's back?
Yeah. He ain't got no lights on his bike. Oh my God. Out there riding around at night, no lights.
I can't say nothing. I've done that on the fat cycle from time to time. Oh, fat cycle's down for a little while.
I think it's a 446 horse.
Went and took the fat cycle out for a ride the other day. It threw the chain
Oh no.
5 or 6 times, just going around this little small block around my house. And the back tires somehow went flat.
Damn.
Yeah.
Lack of attention. Her feelings are hurt.
And I can't find my air compressor to inflate the tire back up. So
How do you lose an air compressor?
it's one of them little 12-volt ones that plugs into a cigarette lighter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, when they get set down somewhere and then stuff gets stacked around it and you're like, where the heck did it get put? And then 6 months down the road, you're cleaning up and I was like, that's where that went.
Jay.
Huh?
Jay.
Huh?
You want me to come up there?
When?
Do you want me to come up there? I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Well, find me a creek to walk with airheads in it, and I'll come up there.
Right now, as much water as we got, there's no creeks you can walk. I'm literally talking about through the middle of the woods. It's usually dry. You'll be chest deep in water right now.
All right. Well, this is good because when it does go down, it would have cleared out a bunch of new stuff, and there'll be new stuff to find.
I'll ask some of my cousins and all and find out which creeks is good for doing that.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Any fields or anything, or
the fields around here wouldn't, because there's too many of these places as fields were farms where they tore up the ground all the time.
That's what you want. You want ground that's tore up.
Yeah, but if there was anything there, it's gone by now. I'm talking about they go through there with them harrows and just bust everything up. If there was an Indian head there, that arrowhead is probably at about 1,000 pieces by now.
You'd be surprised. My brother's house, the best time to go is right after they disc it and then it rains. That's the best time to go.
I'll check with my cousins and all and find out. I know one creek it might have some, but like I said, we're going to have to wait a good while for that water to go down before we can get in there and wade it or anything. The shallow parts where you used to be able to walk across and it want to get above your knees right now will float your hat. That's how deep it is.
P216. Let me see. P216. I got what looks to be a C78 3320808 is the serial number. And then it's like
what's the model number?
It looks like B43M /GA, I want to say.
That might be a 43 cubic inch motor.
How big would that be?
I'd have to look up the conversion chart. These new Mountain Dew Zero Sugars is actually pretty daggum good.
Huh.
I didn't think I'd like it. My buddy Bird got him one this morning, got me one, said, here, try this. I looked at it, said Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. I'm like, he said, it's better than original. I don't know if it's better than original, but it's right there with it.
I'm addicted to arrowhead hunting lately for some reason. I don't know why. I got into a YouTube vortex. You watch one video and then it leads to another video, and then next thing you know, you're addicted to watching that kind of video.
Yeah. The only thing about around here, walking the creek banks, you got to watch out for cottonmouths.
I ain't scared of snakes.
I ain't either. My brother, on the other hand, he sees a snake, he's opening fire on it.
Isn't it funny how some people, like the people that are scared of the snakes, are always the ones that walk up on them?
Yeah.
You ever notice that?
Oh, yeah.
Where the hell is Trevor at? He said he was coming over.
There's no telling.
What else has been going on?
Not too much. Went to one of my doctor's appointments this morning about my legs, and they said everything looks good and going good, and told me I didn't have to come back unless I had problems at any time to call them, and then I could come back. They didn't have to reschedule no more appointments. That's one doctor down and out the way. So,
Nice.
Whew.
That's good.
And then I got that 4-wheeler framed the other day and got the stuff, started building that roof.
That looks like a hell of a project.
Oh, yeah. And then part of my tin got taken, and then I called my dad and see if he had any used tin, and daggone if he didn't give me a whole big old stack of it. I'm like, oh, here we go. Tried to pay him for it, and he wouldn't take nothing. He said, thank you is all I need for payment in full. I'm like, about had me in tears when he told me that.
Damn.
Yep.
My dad ain't never gave me nothing but a hard time.
He gave me, it was, let's see, I think I got 6 or either 7 sheets of 12 foot. And then I think about the same number of 16 foot sheets of 10, 3 foot wide.
Damn.
So I'm like, yeah, that'll work. It's enough to cover the roof of my building with.
Sweet.
But I got out there and got the form put together and all, and started driving some corner stakes down, getting ready to, square it up and get all that done. And that leaning down, trying to drive them stakes, and then all them bugs eating me up. I was like, nope, this is enough. I'm going in the house. I'll live stream it for a little while.
You got light out there?
Yeah, there's light out there I could see to work by, but dadgum, the bugs is eating slap totes you off, even with spraying bug spray all over and all.
Yeah.
I got that all deep woods off and stuff like that. That don't even affect them. That's almost like crack to them because they attack you even more.
Huh.
What the
It could
heck?
be, horse.
Sounds about right. Because I hadn't ever seen an opposed twin smaller than a 16. It's always been, I thought, like at least a 16 horse and up for opposed twin. Is it locked? Is that starter locked up, or is just that Bendix messed up?
Just the Bendix isn't bouncing back, and I think it's this. This isn't the right spring.
I think
That
that
must be
spring looks
Trevor.
awful weak.
Yeah, I don't think it's the right one.
But that starter still spins and all?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
I got a little springs, a good little bit of springs I've been collecting.
If you had an
So the
old
spring I
starter
had
that,
on the
if you had an old starter at the inside guts of it was locked up, you could pull the spring off of it and put on there.
yeah. This right here moves really freely, like.
I got a starter off of a 12 horse Briggs, but I don't think it'd be the same. I don't think it would bolt up the same or nothing. It's a good starter and all. It's just my nephew took the motor completely apart because it was smoking a little bit, but that's just because the PCV valve was messed up on it. Wasn't letting it let the crankcase breathe, and it was pushing oil through the cylinder, causing it to smoke. Yeah, I don't think you got any springs that'll work on it. Not in that.
Not in there. Not in there.
If you had an old valve spring out of a that Honda motor or something like that, you could probably use that valve spring on there. That would probably have the right amount of tension. Just a stock valve spring, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You still got that motor that you blew up? It was on the Stinky Pinky?
Yeah, but I plan on doing something with that one day. Those are all exhaust valves. I think those springs are way too strong. Because the spring I put on the 8-horse Briggs was too strong, and it wouldn't let the Bendix come out. It would just spin right there. And I got another spring from Johnny, and as soon as I put it on, it worked perfectly.
But I bought these 18-pound springs, and you take them with your fingers and mash them.
Really?
Yeah. Remember, I ordered them ones to go on that wreck that I was gonna put in that motor when I took the governor out of it, but
not everybody got superhuman strength like you.
I ain't got no superhuman strength. I don't know what you messing with, but you need to share because I want them delusions of grandeur too. I need to start saving up and buy a few parts here and there and get ready to try to get the parts and all to rebuild that V-twin I got.
The one we got running?
Yeah. I want to go back with chromoly push rods or either titanium push rods. And I want to get the forged connecting rods and pistons and or billet rods and get forged pistons and stuff like that. I want to build a hopped up motor.
Right.
But it's going to take me a while because I was looking up the parts for that thing for souping them up. The connecting rods are like $150 a piece for the billet rods.
Ain't nothing cheap when it comes to you. You can almost rebuild a 350 for cheaper than
for the price of until they get more people actually doing it and building them. The prices are going to be high like that. The only reason 350 Chevrolets were so cheap is because so many people were building them and all that they were just having to mass produce it so much that it verified and making them more and more inexpensive.
Yeah.
But I've roughly figured it out one time with billet connecting rods, billet flywheel, removing the governor, the titanium valves, the heavy duty valve spring, double roller springs, roller rockers for it,
Wow.
the high performance push rods, the whole 9 yards. I quit figuring
You're
up
up
when
to
I was at
54.
about $2,400 or $2,600 just in parts.
Jesus.
Yeah. But once you put one together like that, if you take care of it, it ought to last a while.
Right.
But I think the pistons were $100-something a piece. The flywheel was like $500 something for the flywheel. Then the roller
Predator flywheel is only like $100-something at BMI.
Yeah. But for that Briggs and all, because it's got to have the gear and all on it to crank it and all that, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Puller knows.
Expensive.
Puller knows he spends that big money on them big motors. I need to find me a daggum side job somehow, welding for people or something to make some money just to buy my small engine parts.
I know, right? That's sad, isn't it?
Like that meme I seen. Like that meme I seen that had a fat guy on a stripper pole says, "If you see me doing this, mind your business. Tractor parts are expensive."
Yeah, I saw that one.
Puller, since I ain't gonna be using it for a pull tractor, I think I'm gonna go with the aluminum flywheel instead of the steel one. So it turn higher RPMs. I don't need that steel one turning for keeping the momentum up for like doing pulling and all. I'm wanting to build something more for quick turn up racing stuff. I don't plan on pulling no sled with it.
Silly.
Who's she fussing
she barely
at?
ever barks. She like barely ever barks. All right, you.
She fussing at somebody. You come back down there and hang out a weekend, but that had so much stuff going on here lately. I can't go nowhere.
Dude, I had to get that toilet done before I had you come over, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's done now. It's done.
Yeah,
it works.
I
and
still
want
a
way bigger toilet.
Yeah.
Cheyenne hates it.
Why?
I don't know. She says it sucks her butt in or something. I don't know. Sweet, come here.
Next time I come down, we need to work on that V-twin you got and get it running.
Yeah, that actually, I like it needs to possibly go in the golf cart. Sweet. What's she doing? I'm gonna beat her. Sweet, get your butt in here.
She barked at the front door and made me let her in. She barked at the front door, so I let her in.
What the hell?
I don't know. She's in the house.
She just wanted to make a round trip, Nate. That's all it is.
I'm gonna beat her.
No, you ain't. You ain't gonna beat that baby.
I'll beat that dog 5 times a day.
Yeah, right. Then you wake up and we're like, what was I doing?
Sweating. Oh, Sweetie, are you okay? Oh, my baby.
Oh, Lordy. I thought about taking that V-twin and putting it on that daggum 250 4-wheeler frame I bought.
254. I don't think we've seen that yet.
I ain't showed nobody no pictures of it yet. It's basically what I bought it for to begin with. I thought it was just a frame and a suspension. I get over there to my friend's house that had it. It's got tires and rims on it. It's got all the plastics. It's got the rack on the front, the rack on the back. Everything's there but the gas tank and the motor and transmission. I'm like, I was going to just get it, cut the front end off of it, take the swing arm off the back, and use the front end on a go-kart or something with a live axle rear end. But then I started seeing all that, and I'm like, he even gave me the seat. It just needs to be recovered. And I was like,
oh, I can do that.
I'm like, might have to see about getting a motor to go on it or see if there's some way of putting that V-twin on it. The only thing with trying to put that V-twin on it is how to hook it up. Because I'd have to put the motor, sideways where each piston will go out and be facing out the sides of where the gas tank would be, off to the sides instead of long ways with the frame. And then have to hook it up somehow.
I cleaned it up and it spins like super easy now. It's just that dang spring, I think.
Yeah. Hey, Kathy.
Not the right spring. Hey, Kathy.
Yeah, I hadn't even looked to see what the thumbs up is. I don't even pay that no attention no more. With me not worrying about building my channel, I'm just... If people comes and hang out, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine. I'm having fun with the ones that's here. But I definitely want to build a hopped up motor. I want to take that V-twin and hop it up. Because it's got that bigger car, but Johnny gave me. I want to pull them sleeves out of that exhaust and open that up and build a new set of headers for it.
Watch this. One little tap and it slides back.
Maybe it's just corroded and it wouldn't let it kick out.
Well, that's better than what it was doing.
I still think it needs a little bit stronger spring on it.
I agree. Because it's starting to work a lot better. It's actually doing it now.
What, spinning it back on its own?
Yeah, it's like just one little touch and it'll... Sometimes it goes back by itself.
Yeah, I've seen that. The towel's catching it.
See?
It might work.
Sometimes it goes back.
Won't you put a couple bolts back in it and try it and see what happens? See if it'll spin and all that.
I'm just gonna hook a battery up to it real quick. See what it'll do.
Puller said to buff the shaft and it'll run freer. It'll smooth it out to where it'll slide like it should.
What did it say?
He said to buff the shaft.
I'm good at buffing shafts. Buff the shaft, he says. Now let me try to see if it'll even work. It's gonna jump off the table. Ugh! I almost tripped and pulled it off the table. Jeez.
I wouldn't leave it down like that with that thing running into that towel. It's going to eat that up.
Oh no. My wife's favorite towel.
I wouldn't put the positive down like that. As soon as you hit that thing, it's going to arc. Won't you turn it on and just take the positive and touch it? Hold that off and go ahead and turn the power on. Then all you have to do is hold the starter and touch it.
I'm hooking it up to my mini bike.
Well, it's a good battery, so it'll do it.
How many people you know that's got a jumper on their mini bike?
Well, I hope to eventually order that flywheel with the stator or magneto or whatever it is for the electric start for that Predator 212 that I found on Amazon, and it's got the charging coils and all with it, and put a little battery on the fat cycle.
You ready?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Tap it with a hammer around the
It didn't even spark.
Didn't spark.
No.
It might not have a good ground then.
I think I need to clean this bolt.
That could be it too. If you ain't getting a good ground, it ain't gonna spark no matter what you do.
Yeah, I'm gonna clean that up.
You got a brass bristle wire brush?
No.
That'd be the best thing to clean it up with, where it won't mess nothing up. What you gonna do?
I'm
Hit it on the wire wheel?
Yep.
Hey, do it to it, Mountain Dew.
Oh man, my butt! Oh!
What?
Right under the tool bench.
The nut off of the starter?
Oh, dude, it spun. It spun like a hula hoop, bro. It went right. It was spinning right under the damn tool bench.
Well, you want to get something under there with a magnet and pull it out.
Actually, I got a magnet that'll work for that.
Is that one of them Harbor Freight drill presses?
I don't know where my buddy got that from. He gave it to me. Oh God, there's some horrible things under there. What is
really?
that?
What'd you find?
Whatever that is, it's a lug.
What the heck?
Oh, I think the nut was on there. Now I just threw the trash can.
Oh, Nate, you're having a bad day.
I'm about to quit this kind. It's getting hard.
Oh, man.
I had to throw it in the trash can, didn't you, Nate? Yeah.
And the trash can full of stuff?
That's full of all kinds of nasty.
And let me guess, you're not saving me the aluminum cans like I asked, are you?
Dude, I'd have a freaking 200 bags full of those things if I was collecting them. I ain't got nowhere to store all that stuff. Cans pick up a lot of room.
Dad gum puller. Sorry about that. Hey, making tracks. Long time no see, brother.
What's up, making tracks? Dang it, I still gotta freaking get over to his channel.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got to too many people's channels to watch their stuff. I've been out of it here lately.
Well, the good news is it's regular thread. So I already found a nut.
Yeah. At least it ain't one of them ones that was a brass nut.
Yeah.
I've had starters that had brass nuts on them. And it's like, you don't want to lose them.
I'm making a note that I need to get on the making tracks as Chillin. I feel horrible. He's been in the last couple of my streams and I haven't seen him. Giving him any time. All right, we got 12.4 volts. Doctor, do you think she'll come back to me? We need the defibrillator. Copy.
Well, defib it.
Whoa! It did something.
I heard it.
And it popped back too. more?
That'll work. That'll work all
It
day
don't
long.
sound great. It don't sound great, but it's working.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna sound good on that daggone metal table. It's gonna sound rough.
Right.
Because the vibration and all,
Right.
but heck yeah, you in business now. Get that head fixed.
Oh my gosh.
New
that's
set of
what's in the
gaskets and all.
carburetor. I got to go through the carburetor.
Oh, and that's one of them expensive ones to rebuild too, ain't it?
Oh yeah. Now I do got. I think I have the same one on that V twin over there. Actually, starter's good. Before I even put that starter on, though, I'm gonna clean it up and paint it. This tractor's getting restored, so like not 100% restored, but anything
it's getting
like,
resto modded, huh?
Whatever's not absolutely rusted out, I'm gonna paint, and whatever is absolutely rusted out, I'm gonna clean up and clear cut it.
If it's rusted out, I wouldn't clear coat it. I'd cut it out and put some fresh metal in it and then let it go.
That's past my skill past my skills one and past my willpower too.
Is that dragon painted on the wall?
No, that's a part of a billboard me and Johnny got. Johnny got one and I got one.
That is cool. I like that.
There was a guy that was doing airboat rides.
Yeah.
And he bought a trailer. He bought a trailer and had a billboard made out of it. And he'd just take the trailer and park it places, airboat rides or whatever.
Yeah. Swamp tours and stuff like that.
Exactly. So he was storing it at my buddy Keith's house for a long time, and his cows knocked it over and punctured holes all through it.
Dang.
So we had to tear the billboard apart, and when we tore it apart, I was like, man, I kind of want this. And he's like, take it, I don't care.
All right, Trax, have a good one.
Be right back.
All right. Puller, you want on the panel? You want to get up here and hang out with us? My StreamYard has got some major lag going on tonight. It's got, I say, close to a minute delay between what y'all type in YouTube and what I finally see in StreamYard. It's ridiculous.
What happened?
The difference in what somebody says when they type it out on YouTube, how long it takes for StreamYard to actually show me what they typed. I got some serious lag.
See, man, I don't like that StreamYard. I like going on other people's stuff, but I don't. It's too much for me to control in the live stream.
Yeah.
I got too much going on.
Gotcha. All right, Ed.
Ed's out of here?
No, I asked him if he wanted on the panel. He said he couldn't right now because he's on his phone, and it's about dead. And it's almost 9 o'clock, so I have a feeling Ed's probably going to be going to bed here for too long since he's got to get up so early and go to work.
Me too, actually. I'm waiting on Trevor. He said he was coming over.
And what are you doing right now?
Pulling a fuel line off.
I thought you weren't supposed to mess with that unless it's Wednesday night on your stream.
Son of a gun. Well, somebody's watching. But think of it this way. If I could get the carburetor rebuilt.
Yeah.
And the starter's done. If I get the carburetor rebuilt, all I got to do is fix the head. And I got to lap the valves still.
Lapping the valves ain't nothing. It's taking the valves out, which is going to be a little ticky. Because you got to compress that spring. Hey, Lucky. You got to compress that spring, pull them 2 little retainer clips out without dropping them in the motor. Pull the cap and the spring and all that out. Lap the valve and then put all that stuff back together.
Yeah, it looks like fun.
Oh yeah. How bad's them valves look though?
They're
They
pretty bad.
pretty rough
This
shape.
side's not. It would be way it's got to be done. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's got to be done.
be more beneficial to go ahead and lap them.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Lucky, how did old car guy stream go? I had to pick between friends. I chose Jay.
Makes me feel better.
I chose Jay. I choose you, Jay.
Like I said, we're doing it Fat Man Fabulous.
Yeah, they ought to be locking Ed down soon because he's up there at the college. They're going to be shutting that place down probably because of Corona.
I've seen so many of these different doctors and all on these news things talking about that the media is just running that stuff rampant. And they said the media is making it out to be 10 million times worse than what it actually is. They say you're more likely to die from the flu than you are to this Corona crap. Well,
here's how it is. It's like 10 times easier to catch than the flu. It's more along bad for people like over like 60 that have a pre-existing medical condition.
Anybody with any kind of immune deficiency, any kind of stuff like that, they're more apt. But that's with anything though. When you get the any kind of immune deficiency, common colds, flu, any of that stuff could be dangerous.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
But the media, they want to keep it all hyped up to keep people scared and all, to where they're, frantic and all. And I mean, it's ridiculous to get people that worked up. If they just use common sense and take care of themselves and all, it ain't going to be nothing to worry about.
You should have named this stream Lucky in the morning, since you already done your stream. Lucky in the morning, you should name your stream Coronavirus is a hoax or something like that. Or coronavirus conspiracies. Because I got a couple myself.
Call it, say, we're too poor for coronavirus. We got the Milwaukee's best virus.
Exactly. I got the
Michelob or the
Ultra Iris.
Keystone. We got the Keystone Light virus. We poor people.
Yep.
Like one thing I seen, it says coronavirus is a rich man's disease because all us poor people can't afford to travel to these places where it's gone rampant right now.
No. Congratulations, Lucky. 500 or 1,500 milestone.
Congrats,
That's
Lucky.
a good one.
Yeah, Horse, the gas here has gone down too. It's if you got one of them rewards card things, it's like $1.96 a gallon or $1.97 a gallon here.
Dang, that is pretty cheap. It's I got one gas station. It's like $2.12.
If you don't have the rewards card, it's like $2.07 a gallon. I'm like, and I'm broke right now. I'm like, why couldn't I have?
Is your truck still going?
Yeah.
Really? I thought there was something wrong with the transmission or something.
No.
Oh. Lucky, what's the gas like up there? How much your gas cost? Oh, damn. Anybody get the license plate number of that bug? Good grief. Freaking about took my eye out.
No, but I thought I needed a blood transfusion for all them mosquitoes and gnats that was sucking me dry out there. I'm still itching all over from the daggum bug bites.
$2.19. That's not bad.
Yeah, that ain't a bad price. Considering about a month and a half ago, it was like $2.45 or $2.50 something here. That's the one I want to come down and see up close. Oh, Nate, did you
wait a year before? before it's done.
Did you get them links I left for you for the spoked front wheels and also for the twist grips?
I saw the ones for the twist grips on BMI, but I didn't see the front wheel. Oh yeah. I saw the front wheel one, yeah. But I already ordered a front wheel. That front wheel was actually going flat and was making the front sag. When I filled the front wheel up with air, it sat pretty level.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I might be okay with the 12.5 for now.
That's what I got on the front of the Fat Cycle. It's they call it a 16-inch tire, which is actually 16-inch on the outside of the actual rubber part, but it's a 12-point-something rim.
Right. That's 12.5 altogether, tire height and everything.
Oh, that's even smaller than I got then. That's a 12-inch bicycle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm thinking about putting a bigger front tire on the Fat Cycle and redo the front forks with bigger tubes.
You gonna put a different tire? You said a different tire?
Yeah.
Well, dude, you need to hook me up.
Thinking about going with a little bit wider and a little bit bigger diameter, more like a scooter tire or something. Kind of like what you got on the front of yours, but a little bit bigger diameter.
Somebody had mentioned scooter tires.
Or I might just go ahead and order me one of them aluminum rims and order the tire I want to go on it. And then just build the front end like I want to go. I might do it. I'm actually thinking about building a new front end and building a Springer front end.
Yeah, I kind of want to build a Springer front end on this one. I already got the idea how it works and everything. It's easy to build.
There's a little geometry to it though. You got to get your trail and your rake just right, or you won't be able to ride it worth a flip at any kind of speed.
Makes sense. It needs more RAM.
Horse, that Dr. Pepper cream soda is friggin' awesome. I had one the other day and it's ooh. I bet you that'd be good to make a float out of. Dr. Pepper cream soda float.
Oh yeah. Did you see the handlebar risers at Jay?
Don't know if I did or not. All right, Lucky, have a good night.
I'm about done too, man. I gotta go inside here shortly. I don't know where the heck Trevor is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stay on here much longer myself. Whoa, where'd you get them at? That is friggin' awesome.
eBay.
25?
Eye gougers.
About 25, 30 bucks.
Oh yeah, they were 25, I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get out of here, man. I'm gonna go in the house.
All right, man. I ain't gonna be on here much longer. Probably about another 5 minutes, so I'm gonna shut it down because it's almost 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm fixing to have to go in there and get me a shower or something because these gnats and mosquitoes eat me up is still itching like crazy.
Right. All right, brother.
All right. I need to get down there so we can. Need to get down there so we can mess with all them mini bikes and stuff. That sticker still looks good. I got another one too.
You know I got another one.
Yeah. You gonna go trike with that one?
Yes, sir. I already got a lineup on a rear axle.
You want a differential rear end?
What? Who's got one?
I got 2 live axle. It's like a live axle, but it's a diff. It's chain driven.
Right.
So
really?
They both come out from under lawnmowers.
No shit.
Yep.
I'd like to see that.
Well, next time I come down, I'll get the best one and bring down to you.
I had a scooter that had a chain driven differential on it.
What happened to it?
I threw it in a dump. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. But
Yeah, let me get out of here.
all right, man. I'll take a picture of that differential rear end and send it to you. See what you think.
All right. Sounds
Maybe
good.
that carb won't be too bad to rebuild.
It don't look really bad.
The real thing is if you can get it apart without tearing the gaskets and all.
Yeah. I know a guy that might have some gaskets for it though. Boneyard might.
Yeah.
If not, I could probably find some.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Later.
Later. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this going just a couple more minutes, y'all. Then I'm probably gonna let it go myself. I figure I'll stay on till it says 9 o'clock. That should be about an hour. Hey, horse, how you coming along on the rat rod tractor? Man, this lag on the comments is crazy. Cool. You took it for a test ride yet? Or is it just you gonna paint it and all before you start riding it or whatever? All right, Puller, you have a good one too. I'll send you some pictures of what I get done tomorrow, and I'll show you what all I've done out there on the shop. Cool. You gonna pulley swap it, horse, to make it run quicker, or are you just gonna have it where it's run about that speed and all for right now? Oh, Lordy. Yeah, this lag is killing me tonight. StreamYard's got to get on their game about this lag issue. Gotcha. Well, if you run it to a jack shaft, it should be easy to take and just change pulley size and all on the jack shaft to make it run faster. Maybe come off where it comes off the motor to the jack shaft. Run it to a smaller one at the bottom on the jack shaft, and then the one going from at the top of the jack shaft going to the rear end, you put a bigger one so it actually gets a little more speed out of it. You won't have quite as much torque out the hole, but you'll have more top end speed that way. You can just play with the pulley sizes on the jack shaft and change your speed and all. Same thing with me running the fat cycle and all. All I got to do is play with the pulley sizes on the jack shaft and change how fast it runs or how slow it runs. Oh, man. Says we've been on here for about an hour. Cool. One-to-one on from the motor to the jack shaft. Well, you could actually put a little bit bigger on the jack shaft going to the rear end and make it run faster that way. But yeah, it's just after 9 o'clock and all. I think I'm going to call it a night, y'all. 4 to 4 and then 5 to 4. You could actually go on your motor, run a 5-inch there down to a 4-inch on the jack shaft, and then the 5-inch down to the 5-inch on the jack shaft going down to the 4-inch on the rear end. And you probably get some killer speeds out of it. I'd say 25, 30 mile an hour out of it that way. But that'd be for another day. Oh, yeah. That's the way to do it with Kevlar belts. You don't burn them up as fast. Just make sure you got good idlers and all. But, all right, y'all. I think I'm going to call it quits for tonight. And if everything goes good, and I have a good week next week, I'll do another live stream on next Thursday. But here lately, I've been having to do so much stuff and all. I hadn't been able to do no. And with the weather going crazy on top of it, I hadn't been able to do too much on Thursdays. But I'm gonna try to start trying to do some. Hopefully, as the old saying, if the Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, I'll be back again. But y'all have a good night.